Namaste. We are going to discuss about crisis management through the yoga philosophy and Sankhya philosophy. Yoga philosophy mostly based on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. It has lot of similarity between the Sankhyan philosophy. So now we'll understand this modern terminology called crisis management through the yogic philosophy. First we will understand what is crisis. Crisis is the time of intense difficulty and danger. A time when a difficult decision has to be taken. This is what crisis means. What is management? A process of deciding or controlling things and people. So both involve the decision. So crisis management involve the right kind of decision what we are going to do. How I am going to decide what I am going to do. And management also a treatment or control of disease of the patient. That's also disease management. So in today's context we will look into this modern terminology or modern concept called crisis management through the lens of yoga and Sankhyan philosophy. So any decision when we want to take, that decision is based on our perception. What I am going to do or what decision I am going to take or how I am going to act based on the decision, it is entirely based on how I perceive the things. So the perception involves a stimuli from the external. It receives through the senses and it goes to a stuff called chitta, that what is yoga talked about the mind stuff, and in this chitta the process is happening and whatever decision we have to take, it has to be decided there. Then the action is performed through the perception based on that action is based on our perception is through the karmendriya, the organs of action. So whatever I am going to decide, it is based on my state of chitta. First we will understand what is chitta. Chitta, a common terminology given to a mind stuff where it has three dimensions. One is manas, that which is very closer to the senses, where it gets the inputs from the outside, organizes. Then ahamkara, where it says what I can do or what I should do. Buddhi, the intellect, the faculty which has the ability to judge and decide. So when my input from the external through this field of activity called chitta is perfect, then whatever I take a decision based on that, I will not make any mistake. But the problem is our chitta is not that calm and quiet. There are a lot of vrittis. The activity or the movement happen in the field, that chitta. So when the chitta is always having some movement or activity or impulses or urges happening inside, at that time when I take any decision, it will not going to solve my problem. It is like a lake. A dirty water in the lake. I can't see anything in that lake. I do something so that I can remove all the dirt in the lake. The water is now clean, sparkle. But there are a lot of wind happening around. So that wind makes the waves in the lake. So now the water is clean, but I can see only distorted or disturbed picture of me. When I show my face, I cannot see it clearly because there is a movement happening always in that water. It creates a ripple or wave. Because of that, I cannot see something. When I do something, protect that water, or the wind is not there, now the water is clean, no movement. The sheath of the water is so clean. Now you can see your own face. Not only your own face, you can also see what is beneath in that lake. So you can understand the external, at the same time you can understand something deep inside. So our aim to take decision, before taking any decision, our aim is to make this mind stuff or the chitta calm and quiet. When the time of crisis, there is a difficulty, there is a danger, then there will be always a lot of fear and anxiety. When we have this two, fear and anxiety, one of the klesha mentioned in Yoga Sutra, where that which is responsible for our dukkham or pain or suffering, when it is there, then whatever action I do, if there is a klesha in that action, it will not lead to the right decision, or it may have many consequences that leads to dukkham. So first what I have to do is, I have to see that my mind stuff or the mind chitta should not move, or it uses only that movement or the vritti, that which is required to take the decision, not allowing other vrittis in this process, so that I can take the right decision. When my decision is right, I act based on that right decision, then I will not have any regret for that action, because it is not making me to go to the state of suffering, pain or misery. So first aim is to make my chitta calm and quiet. How we have to do, we will see later. There are a lot of tools given in Yoga Sutra or Yoga philosophy that I can calm or make my mind very peaceful, and that can have the ability to focus on whatever I want to do. The first word of Yoga Sutra, Atha, now, the present. It makes me aware of what is happening in my present, so that I can understand the things as it is at that point of time, so that I will not make any mistake. That is first thing. Sankhya also talks about why I am not able to perceive the thing in right way. Very interestingly, they have given some 8 reasons for not able to perceive the things in a right way. First one is Ati Durat. Ati Durat means something is too far away. If some object or somebody is coming too far away, I am not able to perceive. This is the first reason given in Sankhya. So the first reason is Ati Durat, where I cannot perceive something too far away. The next one is Samipyat. Something's very closer to me, I cannot perceive correctly. For example, if I place my finger very close to my eyes, I am not able to see the things in my finger. So, samipya, that which is too close, very close, I am not able to perceive correctly. Third, indriya ghatat. That means there is any injury or defect in my sense organs. For example, if I want to see, my eyes has to work properly. If I have any injury in my eyes, or without my glass I cannot see. So if any defect in the senses, I am not able to perceive the thing in a right way. Next one is mano anavastat. That is disturbance in the mind. There will be always disturbance in the mind. Mind is not calm. Through that mind, I cannot perceive correctly. Next is Saukshamya, that is Sukshmat. Very subtle. I cannot able to understand because it is very subtle. It is beyond my capability to understand. Because of that also, I cannot perceive the things in the right way. Then Abhibhavat. Abhibhavat means overshadowed. If something is there, if something bigger than that comes, I cannot see the small. Or if there is some brighter object come near to this object, I cannot able to see that object or perceive that object. Next one is Vyavadhanat. Something is hidden. I cannot see something behind the wall, or I cannot see something inside a suitcase because it is hidden. And the last one is Samana Viharat. There are objects and I have something similar to the object, both are in the same place. Now I cannot able to perceive that object because of the similarity and inseparable nature of that object. So these are the reasons given by the Sankhya where my perception is not right perception. These are the causes for the wrong perception. In yoga, they talk about this in the terms of kleshas. When there are kleshas in my action, or when there is a klesha, my mind will not able to perceive the thing as it is. The first klesha is avidya, where my understanding of something is wrong understanding. I understand something that which is not. Aspida, false identity. There is a real one, but identify that in a different way. That is what we normally call as ego. Raga, the attachment or desire, excessive desire. If I want to perceive something, if I attach to that too much, my perception is not as it is. I perceive the thing through the spectacle called attachment. Then it will not give me the right information. Dvesha. Dvesha is aversion. Some kind of unreasonable dislike to something or someone. If I don't like something, if I want to perceive that, I will not perceive in the right way because my mind already created a conditioning, a samskara that will not allow me to perceive the thing in a right way because I don't like it. Same way, if I like it, I perceive in a different way. The last one is abhinivesha, the fear or insecure feeling. The crisis management is to control this klesha, the fear in us, an insecure feeling. So we have to understand how to remove this klesha through the practices of yoga. So what is yoga? Yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. In the first chapter, second sutra is clearly give what is yoga. Yoga is the ability of the mind to focus on a chosen object and sustain the focus in that direction without any distraction. So if I have this ability, then my perception of that object will always be correct. So when I have this ability of focusing on and sustaining that focus, my understanding about that object or people or concept will be clear. Then I have the mastery over it. Why I am fearing? Because I don't know something. Because of that, there is a kind of fear. I don't know this. If that comes, what happen? If this happen, what is my future? Because of the not knowing something. How do we know? How do you take a decision? When my mind is bereft of klesha, my mind has the ability to reflect on something without any bias or without the conditioning of my mind. If I understand something clearly and as it is, then I have the mastery over it. So my understanding of anything gives me a mastery, then I will not have any fear about that. So in the crisis management, through the yoga, what we have to do is, we have to reduce that klesha through the practices so that I can able to focus on something and I can able to understand the things in a right way. That will help me to remove the klesha so that I can take the right decision and I can manage the situation. First I have to manage my mind. Then only I can able to manage my situation. If I have the ability to manage my mind, then I can manage the world. Because everything happening in the mind is a reflection of what is happening outside. So if I do something with my mind, if I understand the things in a right way, my understanding of the world also in a right way, now I have the ability to relate with this world. So in a crisis management, first what we have to do is, we have to make the mind calm and quiet and removal of kleshas or that which is responsible for the disturbances in the mind. And when the mind is in the Chitta Vritti Nirodha state, that is when the mind is calm and quiet, the vrittis have the ability to move out in a perfect way, grasping the things in a right way and giving me a perfect reflection. Now I have the ability to reflect upon what I have grasped. So anything just not I am seeing or hearing, now I am seeing in a different level. Not just a casual sight, pratyaksha, I am seeing in a right way, so that I have the ability now to reflect upon it, to refine my mind, to understand the thing in right way, so that I take the correct decision. Once I take the correct decision, I will act based on that decision, then I will not regret after that. It will not make me to regret, and I am not going to the state of dukkham or suffering. And not only that, when I am in the state of Chitta Vritti Nirodha, or the mind as the ability to calm and quiet, Sankhya said, then it can act or manifest in 4 ways. One is dharma. Then I can act based on the concepts of yama and niyama. Whatever duty I have to do, I will do based on the attitudes towards the others, how I have to behave in the external world and how I have to behave myself. That is dharma. Then I will get jnana, understanding things in a right way. I have now the discriminative ability to understand what is good for me, what is not good for me. What vrittis are going to help me, what vrittis are not going to help me. So when I have the jnana, that means what all are the things that is going to help me and what I should avoid. One of the commentators very interestingly given this Chittavritti Nirodha in a different parlance. He says, Pratikulasya Chittavritti Nirodha Anukulasya Chittavritti Pravritti. That means when some vrittis are not going to help in the perception, stop that, restrain that. That is Pratikulasya Chittavritti Nirodha. Whatever vrittis or activities are going to help you in understanding something, you activate that, you engage that. That is Anukulasya Chittavritti Pravritti. You encourage that kind of activities so that you will get benefit. That is what jnana is. Then vairagyam, detachment. Not having the ability to have detached from things, the thing of letting go. I am not clinging on to something. Whatever happen, I will accept and I will letting go. That is vairagyam. The last one is aishwaryam. When I have this dharma, jnana and vairagyam, I will have the aishwaryam. The aishwaryam is nothing but the extraordinary capabilities or siddhis mentioned in the 3rd chapter of Yoga Sutra. So these are the 4 possibilities, the manifestation when my mind is in the state of Chittavritti Nirodha, that is calm, quiet and ability to focus on any object and sustain in that direction without any disturbance. So I have to make sure that my mind has learned and earned this ability so that whatever decision I take, my decision will not make me go through suffering or pain. So it is very important, only when there are crises, that is where we have to be calm and quiet. When there is nothing happen outside and inside you are calm and quiet, it is natural. Only when there is lot of things happening, not favorable things happening around you and there are lot of agitation inside you, then only we have to practice this Chittavritti Nirodha, that is making the mind calm and quiet, using what all are the activities of the mind that which is helping me to take the right decision, not allowing other activities or other disturbances or influences of the other's opinion in my taking of the decision. So the crisis management through yoga philosophy and Sankhya is making that instrument, that which is responsible for taking decision in a calm, quiet, without any movement, so that I will take the right decision and come out of this crisis. Because when the mind is disturbed, I am not able to take the right decision. When the mind is calm, now I have the ability to reflect upon it. So how to maintain the mind calm and quiet? Patanjali gives the 8 limbs of yoga called yama, the attitude towards the external, how we have to relate with the external, niyama, how we have to engage ourselves, asana, the discipline of the physical dimension, pranayama, the discipline or regulation of the breath or the energy, the vital energy, pratyahara, the regulation or discipline of the senses, dharana, ability to focus, dhyana, meditation and reflection, samadhi, understanding that completely by merging with that object. So these are the 8 limbs of yoga where we practice so that I can reach the state of chitta vritti nirodha, so that I can take right decision, so that I will not vulnerable to any suffering or dukkham. So any point of time when there is a crisis, we have to activate our practice more and more, appropriate practice like tasya bhumishu viniyogaha, depending upon the capacity of the student, depending upon their ability in physical, breath level and mind level, start doing some practices. Start with asana, pranayama and meditation with some chanting also helps us to make my chitta, the mind stuff, become calm and quiet, so that I can take the right decision, so that I can manage any crisis, whatever crisis, external or internal. So the thing what we have to do now is practice, practice, practice. This is the important mantra what we can learn is I am going to practice, practice, practice. Abhyasa and Vairagya both are very, very important with Shraddha. I practice, at the same time I am not attached to it. I am completely attached to the higher, not the lower, and I have the Shraddha, that conviction to reach the goal. So when I have all these 3, I will reach the state of Nirodha. That's what he says, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodha. To reach the state of Chitta Vritti Nirodha, the only thing what I have to do is Abhyasa, the practice, and Vairagyam, the detachment. So my appeal to all of you in this moment, the crisis moment, you have to do the practice every day with a reverential approach, not a casual way, having the faith that it is going to help me to calm my mind, calm my chitta, so that I will not affect by any threat from external or any agitation from my internal. So the crisis management is based on the state of chitta. So we have to make the mind to reach the state of chitta vritti nirodha through the practice. Thank you.